channel. My name is Billy. I am the ghost of a little boy who died back in 1886. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like and also click subscribe. It would mean so much to me. Anyway, today's video we are going to be doing a read from Stephen King's novel It. Please enjoy the content and let's dive into it. Chapter 1, After the Flood, 1957. The terror, which would not end for another 28 years, if it ever did end, began, so far as I know or can tell, with a boat made from a sheet of newspaper floating down a gutter swollen with rain. The boat bobbed, listed, righted itself again, dived bravely through treacherous whirlpools, and continued on its way down Witcham Street toward the traffic light, which marked the intersection of Witcham and Jackson. The three vertical lanes on all sides of the traffic light were dark this afternoon in the fall of 1957, and the houses were all dark too. There had been steady rain for a week now, and 2 days ago the winds had came as well. Most sections of Derry had lost their power then, and it was not back on yet. A little boy in a yellow slicker and red galoshes ran cheerfully along beside the newspaper boat. The rain had not stopped, but it was finally slackening. It tapped on the yellow hood of the boy's slicker, sounding to his ears like rain on a shed roof. A comfortable, almost cozy sound. The boy in the yellow slicker was George Dunbury. He was 6. His brother, William, known to most of the kids at Derry Elementary School, and even to the teachers who would never have used the nickname to his face, as Stuttering Bill, was at home hacking up the last of a nasty case of influenza. In the autumn of 1957, 8 months before the real horrors began, and 28 years before the final showdown, Stuttering Bill was 10 years old. Bill had made the boat, beside which George had now ran. He had made it sitting up in bed, his back propped against a pile of pillows. While their mother played Fairy Louise on the piano in the parlour, and rain swept restlessly across his bedroom window. Now I'm just going to pause it here for a second. Now what do you guys think is going to happen? Do you know the story? If so, try not to ruin it for everyone down in the comments. But if you haven't heard this story, I know it's very similar to the movie, but let us know how you think this is going to end. Okay, let's keep reading. Hopefully you guys are enjoying. About 3/4 of the way down the block, as one headed toward the intersection and the dead traffic light, Witcham Street was blocked to motor traffic by smudge pots. Never heard them be called that. And 4 orange sawhorses. Stenciled across each of the horses was Derry Department of Public Works. Beyond them, the rain had spilled out of the gutters, clogged with branches and rocks and big sticky piles of autumn leaves. The water had first pried fingerholds in the paving and then snatched whole greedy handfuls. All of this by the 3rd day of the rains. By noon of the 4th day, big chunks of the street surface were bloating through the intersection of Jackson and Witcham like miniature white water rafts. By the time many people in Derry had begun to make nervous jokes about arcs, the Public Works Department had managed to keep Jackson Street open, but Witcham was impassable from the sawhorses all the way to the centre of town. But everyone agreed the worst was over. Anyway guys, what do you think is going to happen next? Now, again we're going to pause here because I'm going to do a bit of an interactive thing here. Now, let me know in the comments down below what your decision would be in this situation. You are George. I am Bill. I have made you a boat. You are out in the rain. It is pouring rain. You're having fun with your boat. Now, when we get to the scene, which this is a very famous scene, where you first see Pennywise, the clown, what would you guys do? Are you going to approach him like George did, or would you not approach him? Now I'm going to skip a little bit ahead in the book now, while you guys, decide what your decisions are. Let us know in the comments in full detail as well, and yeah, hopefully you guys keep enjoying the story. Alright guys, I think that's enough time. Now, let's get back into the story. Let's find where we were. Okay, here we go. Now I do apologise if I don't pronounce any of these words correctly. Please keep in mind that I am a dead little child. The Kinduskig stream had christened just below its banks in the Barrens, and bare inches below the concrete sides of the canal which channeled it tightly as it passed through downtown, right near a gang of men. Zach Dunbury, George's and Bill's father among them, were removing the sandbags they had thrown up the day before with such panicky haste. Yesterday, overflow and expensive flood damage had seemed almost inevitable. God knew it would happen before the flooding in 1931 had been a disaster, which had cost millions of dollars and almost 2 dozen lives. That was a long time ago, but there were still enough people around who remembered it to scare the rest. One of the flood victims had been found 25 miles east in Bucksport. The fish had eaten this unfortunate gentleman's eyes, 3 of his fingers, his penis, and most of his left foot. Clenched in what remained of his hands had been a Ford steering wheel. Now though the river was receding, and when the new Bangan Hydro Dam went in upstream, the river would cease to be a threat, or so said Zach Dunbury, who worked for Bangor Hydroelectrics. As for the rest, well, future floods could take care of themselves. The thing was to get through this one, to get the power back on, and then to forget it. In Derry, such forgetting of tragedy and disaster was almost an art, as Bill Dunbury would come to discover in the course of time. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to go too long with this video, but please let us know if you enjoyed that and if you want more content like this. It was meant to be a lot more interactive, but unfortunately, due to a file corruption and us having to re-edit this entire video, we ran very short on time. So next video, when we do another read from Stephen King's it will be more interactive, where we ask you more questions and maybe even play a little bit of a roleplay game in between. So let us know in the comments if you would enjoy that, or if there's any other suggestions, and also show us that you enjoyed the video by hitting like and also clicking subscribe. And also don't forget to follow us on Instagram, where we post all our scary and fun and spooky content and photos and videos and behind the scenes features, as well as also click notifications so you don't miss out. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video.